Achelous and the Nymphs. Theseus, meanwhile, who had shared his comrades' toil, was on his way to Pallas' citadel, Erechtheus' kingdom, but his road was cut and progress halted by the swollen stream of Achelous. "Enter my abode, illustrious prince of Athens," said the river. "Risk not my ravening torrent. It transports so often massive trees and sweeps away huge boulders headlong with a mighty roar. Tall stables standing by the banks I've seen borne down, their cattle with them. In that flood no strength could save the ox, no speed the horse. And when the mountains free their snows, this spate drowns many a strong man in its swirling waves. Rest will be safer till the stream resumes its usual bounds, till its own bed contains a slender flow." And Aegeus' son agreed. "Your counsel," he replied, "and your kind home, both I'll accept." And he accepted both. Of porous pumice and rough tufa rock the residence was built. The floor was damp and soft with moss, the ceiling diapered with shells of conch and murex laid in turn. And now the sun had measured 2 long thirds of daylight. Theseus with his company reclined on couches, here Ixion's son, there Lelex, Trajan's hero, graying hair already on his temples. Others, too, whom the Acarnanian river god had deemed deserving of like honor, overjoyed himself to entertain so great a guest. Soon barefoot river nymphs arranged the tables and spread the banquet board, and when the feast was cleared they set a jeweled bowl of wine. Then glorious Theseus, gazing out to sea, pointed and asked, "What place is that? And tell me, what is that island's name, although it seems not one but more?" The river answered, "No, what you observe is not one island. 5 lie there, but distance blurs their difference. What great Diana did when she was scorned need not surprise you. These 5 islands once were nymphs. 10 bullocks they had sacrificed, and called the rustic gods to share the rite with festal dance. But me they all forgot. I swelled in anger, high as when my flood flows at its highest, merciless alike in rage and waters. Fields I tore from fields, forests from forests, and the nymphs, at last mindful of me, with the ground beneath their feet, I rolled right out to sea. The ocean's surge and mine broke up that spit of land to form the 5 Echinades, whose number now you mark amid the waves. But as you see, there lies one island in the distance. Look, there in the distance, one that's dear to me, named Perimele by the mariners. She was my loved one, and to me she lost her maidenhead. Hippodamus, her father, in outrage hurled his daughter to her doom from a high cliff. I caught her. As she swam, I held her up and prayed, "O thou whose lot won the world's second share, the wandering waves, god of the trident, thou to whom at last all we pure holy rivers make our way, Neptune, be present now and hear my prayer. Her whom I hold I wronged. Hippodamus, if he were fair, if he were father-like, if he were less unloving, less a brute, he ought to pity her and pardon me, since from the land her father's savagery has sundered her. Grant her to have a place, or be herself a place that I'll embrace." The ruler of the ocean gave assent, and every wave was shaken by his nod. The nymph was terrified, but still she swam, and as she swam I touched her trembling breasts, quivering in fear, and as I fondled her, her body all grew hard beneath my hand, and she lay buried by the rising land. The river finished and fell silent. All were moved and marveled at the miracle. Ixion's son, a daredevil who scorned the gods, laughed at their gullibility. Fables, he said, you make the gods too great. Good Achelous, if they chop and change the shapes of things. All were aghast, such talk they all condemned, Lelex especially, mature in years and mind, and he spoke up.